Hi, it's Elder, welcome to another iPhone video. Today I want to tell you why I'm returning my iPhone 12 Pro Max, which I'm using to film this video actually, and which phone I'm going to use instead of it. So iPhone 12 Pro Max is a bit complicated phone. I think that it is by far the best smartphone Apple has ever produced. At the same time, it is the least comfortable iPhone. Of course, for some people it will be too big, for some people it will be just right, for some people it will be comfortable enough. I'm one of these comfortable enough people. I like the big display, I like the great battery life, so these things are, I would say, more important to me than the size. But at the same time, these things were not the reason why I bought this. If you watched any of my previous videos on iPhones, I bought this phone because I wanted to be a replacement for my camera. I wanted to use this phone as my main camera for everything, especially for the shots like this when I sit in the small room and talk to the camera. The same day I done the first impressions video, I found that my iPhone 12 Pro Max has a dead pixel. It's the first for me, never had any issues with my iPhones before, but this one, for some reason, has a dead pixel, so I called Apple. They told me that it will take them 2 weeks for them to pick up this one and get the new one in my hands. And these 2 weeks can actually change a lot for me, because I started to think if it's actually worth the extra bulk. I don't think it's uncomfortable. It's not uncomfortable, but it's definitely not as comfortable as iPhone 12 mini or 12 Pro of my wife, for example. And as I told you in my previous videos, I'm not going to get the regular 12 Pro or even regular 12. I don't think they are good enough upgrade from my iPhone 10, which is correct and everything, but still works. And I don't feel like I have a new phone when I just pick iPhone 12 Pro. This iPhone 12 Pro Max feels like a big upgrade. But today I went to Apple Store to check iPhone 12 mini. And after using this iPhone 12 Pro Max for 4 days, after getting used to the size, when I got iPhone 12 mini, this is just amazing. But still, I wanted the best camera, because the main reason for me to buy a new phone right now is to use it as my main camera, because I wanted to get rid of my, well, not get rid of my Canon M50, but my wife is using this for her cooking channel most of the time. And if you like cooking, go check her out. I will leave the link in the description. But basically, I just want to use one device for filming and maybe even editing in the future when I don't have my iPad with me. And iPhone 12 Pro Max sound like a perfect device for that, but the cameras are not as good as I hoped. And that's okay, it's my problem. I'm the fool who believes that if you have the sensor 47% larger, you will get photos and videos 47% better. It turns out they are better sometimes. Well, I've done a comparison last night. You can take a look at the images right now. The photos are better sometimes, but you really need to know how to find the difference, because if you show the pictures and videos from iPhone 12 or 12 Pro and iPhone 12 Pro Max to a regular person like my wife, I showed her all of these pictures and videos, and she couldn't find the difference. He couldn't see the difference. And for her, like, I asked her to pick the best image, and we were doing actually the blind test because I wanted to be fair, and basically she never got it right. Like, all of her guesses were messed up, and the conclusion for me and for her was that, but at least compared to iPhone 12 Pro, which he has, iPhone 12 Pro Max, it is better in some specific situations, but for the everyday usage, I don't think there is a big difference. Right now I'm using it as a A-roll camera in the small room, and this is actually very important to me because, well, I do lots of videos here, my tutorials and everything, and I use my camera for that. But if my iPhone can be used as this camera, A-roll camera, I would definitely take and replace it. But thing is, well, it's better than iPhone 10, but iPhone 12 Pro Max is quite similar to iPhone 12 Pro, and I suspect it will be similar to iPhone 12 mini. Which brings us to the last part of this story. I know it's a lot of rambling today, sorry, but I'm basically discussing this myself at the moment, and you happen to be the one who hear it as well. So I have to wait for the replacement for iPhone 12 Pro Max for 2 weeks. And during this time, I can go back to iPhone 10, my broken iPhone 10, or I can get iPhone 12 mini. I am a minimalist. I don't have lots of apps, like third-party apps. I don't think the battery life will be a big issue for me. And as for the camera, honestly, I'm not completely happy with this quality as well. For the A-roll camera, I will still use my Canon M50, and maybe for everything else, I will still use my Canon M50. As a photo camera, I think that iPhone 12 mini can be actually the answer to my needs. So this is the story. I'm returning my iPhone 12 Pro Max because of the dead pixel, and I'm not sure that I'm going to get the replacement. Maybe I will cancel it and use iPhone 12 mini instead. So thanks for watching this unusual video for me. I needed this to actually sort my head, but also just want to hear from you. If you use iPhone 12 mini, for example, or you are using iPhone 12 Pro Max, what are your thoughts about it, and what do you think is the best iPhone from this iPhone 12 lineup we have this year? So thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please give the thumbs up and consider subscribing, because I do have lots of videos planned for coming month, and it will be fun. Have a nice day, stay safe, and I will talk to you in the next video.